been a while since we've shot for you, but as you all know, I'm pregnant, so yeah, it's been a little bit busy. But yeah, this vlog is going to be dedicated for my pregnancy Q&A. So I've asked you guys to shoot some questions on Instagram, and I'm going to answer them for you. Question 1, do you want to expand your family? Okay, so as you may or may not know, I was trying for a while to fall pregnant, and to be able to finally be pregnant is very exciting, and I feel very fortunate. So of course, yes, I would love to give my first child some siblings. So yeah, I would love to expand if I'm lucky enough. How many kids do you want? So that's a tricky one because I've never really thought about this, but probably say 3 or 4, only because I come from a family with 3 sisters, so there's 4 of us, and I loved having that. When is your due date? The current ETA for this baby is January 8, 2018. Have you noticed dresses are getting shorter because of the bump? Yes, definitely. So I'll kind of opt for a little bit longer than what I would normally wear, only because yes, that's exactly right. When you do put your little short dresses on, the bump is going to make them a lot shorter. So yes, I'll go for a little bit of a longer dress or something like this. What names do you have picked out? Because I don't know the sex, yes, I should technically have a girl's name and a boy's name picked out, but I actually have no idea. So if you guys have any suggestions, write them down in the comments below. Who's your baby daddy? Well, I've tagged him in a lot of my Instagram posts, and his Instagram is below. Are you having a boy or girl? I actually don't know the sex.
I know.
Nicole knows. When I was overseas, I had an ultrasound done just before I left, and Nicole wanted to find out, and for some reason I let that happen. So I was originally going to do a gender reveal. That's not going to happen anymore. She's been keeping that to herself. She's done a very good job doing that as well. How do you plan on keeping your bomb body during your pregnancy? Are you working out? Thanks for that compliment, because I don't feel very bomb at all at the moment. But yeah, so I basically made a conscious decision when I found out I was pregnant that I was actually going to cease working out hardcore the way I was. I kept going for walks and so forth, but you know, I wasn't doing anything strenuous in the first trimester. Second trimester and third, I've kind of just done really light weights and so forth, but nothing too strenuous because I was a little bit paranoid falling pregnant. I didn't want any bad things to happen. I know that they say it's perfectly fine for some people to work out and keep their workout routine the way it was, but I just wanted to take extra precautions. So yeah. What do you crave the most? At the beginning of my pregnancy, I was craving a lot of soury fruit. So passion fruit, kiwi fruit, things like that. A lot of people think that that's a sign that you're having a boy. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Let me know, guys, if that's a true theory. But yeah, now that I'm a little bit further into my pregnancy, I don't know if it's because I'm more hungry, but I'll just randomly want to splurge and eat sugary foods, like not so healthy foods, but in moderation. What was your first thought when you found out you were pregnant? So my first thought was I didn't believe it. I ended up taking like 10 tests after I saw that positive because I was in shock. I was extremely emotional and I was so excited, but I think I was more so really, really shocked because I had been trying for so long. So to finally see that positive was like, I can't even explain the feeling, but it was very emotional. How did you tell your partner you were pregnant? There isn't a very amazing story. I didn't really do like a crazy reveal that I was pregnant to him. I basically just left the tests on the bedside table because he wakes up early to go to work, and I had just run into the bathroom, taken the test, got back in bed, left the test on the table, and when he came to say bye to me in the morning, I kind of like leaned over and like told him to have a look at the table, and he saw the tests, and yeah, that was kind of my way to tell him. I was really, really shocked and excited, of course. How did you tell your family you were pregnant? So of course Nicole was one of the first to know as well. I kind of just rang her on FaceTime and I was showing her the test because it was one of those digital tests that had a line through it. and I was trying to see if she could see that second line because I thought it was delusional, but she saw that line and clarified to me that yes, she believed I was pregnant as well. And yeah, she cried on the phone and we were all really emotional. How we announced it to the family was, it just so happened that it was Mother's Day that weekend, and we were at family dinner with his side of the family and my side of the family. We were all together celebrating Mother's Day. And yeah, my husband decided to just kind of announce it at the dinner table when everyone was sitting around. He just kind of told everyone that I was going to be a mother. It was really, really exciting. Everyone was so excited, emotional. Everyone was crying, and yeah, it was really nice. Is there anything you've experienced or learned about pregnancy that you had no idea about before? Well, what I've experienced, which I think is insane, is that things that I used to love and crave, I, for some reason, cannot stand the smell or sight of. Also, so weird, but my sense of smell is heightened so much. Like, I can smell the most random things and people will have no idea what I'm talking about, but it'll be there, so I'm not weird. A really big one that I've learned throughout this entire pregnancy is just how incredible the female body is and how your body just changes and adapts to the growth of this little human inside. Was the baby planned? Have you had any dreams about what the gender is? Yes, of course, the baby was planned. We've been planning and trying to fall pregnant for so long, so it was always in the works and we were always hoping to fall pregnant. Have I ever had a dream of what the gender is? I've actually never had a dream of what the gender is, which is so weird because it's like normally if there's people around me that are pregnant, I'll dream about the sex of their child, but I haven't had a dream of my one yet, so we'll see. How's your pregnancy journey so far? I've been extremely fortunate throughout this journey because I have literally enjoyed it so much. A lot of my friends have given me such different feedback about their experiences, so I wasn't too sure how I was going to go, but I definitely have enjoyed it. I was extremely fortunate to be able to travel and not feel fatigued or sick at all, so that was also a plus side. This journey has been so fun because I actually love watching my stomach grow every day. What has been your current food craving? So recently I've noticed that I've been so drawn to eating chicken, which is weird. So I don't normally love chicken, but I've been making a lot of chicken dishes, like chicken wraps, things like that. So yeah. What are the best products you would recommend to avoid stretch marks? I've been a little bit lazy and I haven't really used a particular product every day since I've fallen pregnant, but I would say second trimester I started using bio oil, and I don't know, it's just something that all my friends recommended and it seems to be working so far. And yeah, I use it after the shower, especially when it's like nice and steamy and hot. I don't know, I guess that just makes me feel like it's working better, but we'll see. Do you want a boy or girl? I get asked this all the time, and I honestly do not care what I have as long as it's a healthy, happy baby. Boy or girl, regardless, I'll be happy. Are you going to let your baby public? Meaning, will you show your baby on YouTube and Snapchat? Also, if you have a girl, would you create like a fashion page for her like some moms do? That's a tricky question because I'm a little bit torn between whether or not I want to introduce my child to the world yet. I feel like I already exposed so much. I can't give you an answer to that yet. I won't know until the baby's here. Do you have a birth plan? Well, to be honest, I actually don't, and a lot of women will think I'm crazy that I don't have a birth plan. It's just something that I think I'm just gonna have to leave in God's hands on the day. I booked in to go to the hospital and whatever happens that day happens. As long as it's a smooth labor, I mean, who knows? But let's just pray for that. How long did it take you to conceive? If it was a while, what did you do differently to successfully conceive? Okay, so this is a really personal question, but I'm going to be very open and candid about it and let you guys know that it was extremely hard for us. We tried for over 2 years, and yeah, like at the end, I was just so over thinking about it and stressing about it. I just decided to completely stop thinking about it. It plays such an effect on your body when you're stressed. We went to the doctors, we got checked out, and everything was fine for both of us. So it was never an issue that was pinpointed as to why we couldn't fall pregnant. So then, I just stopped stressing, stopped thinking about it. We prayed together, like when we at least expected it and least thought about it and least tried to plan it, it happened. So I really believe in, healthy mind, healthy body, less stress, and pray. And to those trying, I really do recommend to go and get yourselves checked, both you and your partner, and try not to stress. I know it's easy for me to say, I've been there, trust me, but really you have to try not to stress and try not to ruin that intimacy between you and your partner by making it a chore. It can get to that point when you're trying to conceive while you're ovulating. I'm sure a lot of you know. So that's my advice. Has it been difficult to maintain your physique with your baby? To be honest, I haven't really thought about trying to maintain my physique during this pregnancy. I honestly have just been so ecstatic at the fact that I even fell pregnant. So the last thing I've been thinking about is trying to maintain, my physical appearance with the baby. And I've accepted the fact that changes are going to happen, and I'm totally okay with that. As long as I'm not, overly consuming junk food and trying to go for walks every now and then, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Where do you get your pregnancy clothes? So I haven't really been wearing a lot of maternity brands. I have just discovered one brand called Lego, the label, Legoe, and they've sent over a few cute little maternity dresses. They're really nice, and you just buy them in your regular size. I've just kind of stuck to wearing my normal clothes, just gone up a size. This brand is pretty nice, called Babes and Felines, and they've got a lot of the stretchy fabric, which is really nice. Do you have any sickness? If so, did anything help ease the nausea? I was very fortunate that I didn't have any morning sickness throughout this pregnancy. I've heard some really horror stories, and I feel so bad and feel for you women out there. My sister had really bad morning sicknesses in her pregnancy, so I've been very fortunate and didn't have any. A few foods would make me nauseous here and there, just the smell and stuff, but nothing too crazy. What do you feel is changing the most in your body? I've noticed, of course, I have a lot more cellulite. That's okay, because I'm sure once the baby arrives and I hit the gym again, we can probably get that under control, fingers crossed. And I've noticed varicose veins. I've got a lot on my thighs. I've noticed the veins in my hands are a lot more prominent. I don't know if that's just swelling, I have no idea, but I've noticed, veins and stuff are protruding. And on my chest and stuff. Which month are you in and how long to go? So I'm officially 30 weeks tomorrow, which means I have 10 more weeks to go, just over 2 months. Do you have any varicose veins, and how do you plan on getting rid of them? So yes, I do have varicose veins. I've noticed there's a few little ones on my legs, and I've noticed a few veins on my chest. Apparently it's extremely normal, so I'm not too worried about it. They say that it tends to settle and kind of disappear once the baby's born. What is your baby's ethnicity? So my husband and I are Lebanese, but Australian born. So how has your life changed since the day you were pregnant? My life has changed for the better. I feel a lot more excited and ecstatic. Like I said, I was trying to fall pregnant for so long, so I always just felt like a little missing void, and having so many friends, my age and family around me that had babies or pregnant, and just missing out on that was very disheartening, especially because I didn't know what the issue was and why we weren't able to fall pregnant. So finally being able to say that I'm pregnant has changed my life in so many ways, and I just can't imagine how different it's going to be once this baby actually arrives. I've just been so much happier. I feel more content, and I feel like I'm filling in that void that was missing. Alright guys, so that concludes today's Q&A. I'll definitely be back to shoot another vlog once the baby arrives. Thanks for watching.